Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lady Raider Volleyball here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Live here from Eastern Hancock High School here in Charlottesville, Indiana. Your 8-1 Wapahani Lady Raiders taking on the 5-11 Eastern Hancock Lady Royals. Glad to have you all with us here this evening. I'm Brandon Morbilius. Alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here for Raiders Live pregame edition presented by the Muncie Dragway. Wapahani coming off a big win last night at home against Hagerstown, in which the Raiders won that one in straight sets to continue their winning ways here to start the season. A very big conference game here tonight. Obviously a little bit of a drive to get here to Eastern Hancock. It's roughly about an hour away or so from Wapahani, so a little bit of a trip to get here, but it's going to be hopefully a great night of volleyball here for us. Unfortunately, the junior varsity just went down in defeat, but they're still having a strong season here for themselves. Just had a little bit of a hiccup tonight, but hopefully the varsity can take care of business and get us back in the win column overall as a team here. But like I said, these conference games are always extremely important. Every game's important, but especially, you look at all these conference games. You want to win your conference. That's one of your goals every single season, is to go out here, win your conference, and take care of business. And so far, the Raiders are 2-0. Eastern Hancock 1-3 as of right now in conference play. Wapahani has only played Westdale and Blue River. Those are the only two conference teams that the Raiders have played so far. They've taken care of both of those in straight sets each game. So hopefully we come out here, put a great game plan together, and execute that game plan rather well. Obviously, coming off a big win last night, hopefully we use that as momentum going into tonight's game, and hopefully get off to a great start and continue it really all throughout the whole entire ball game here. Big thing is here for Wapahani, it is just simply keeping the ball in between the lines. You come out here, you start making little mistakes, with serving errors or net violations or whatever the case might be, miscommunication, things like that, little simple parts of the game. We've seen how much of an effect that can have on a game. Last night with Hagerstown. Hagerstown had a multitude of problems with miscommunicating and serving the ball out of bounds. It was just little things here and there, net violations. 2 hits. It was just over time, those errors and mistakes continue to collect, and it hurt them. And that's very important that Wapahani does not do that. They've been pretty good here for the most part. You're going to have some hiccups every now and again. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's human. You're going to make mistakes. But we want to make sure to keep the ball between the lines here. Let's make sure that we have good serving pressure and keeping the defense on their toes here a little bit. But also in the same token, like I said, keep it in between the lines here. Let's make them make the mistakes. And really, other than that, we've just got to take care of business, play our game, play the way we know how, and hopefully things will trend in the right direction for us. Like I said last night, this is now the second game in 3 days. We'll have the third game in 3 days tomorrow night, as we are right back at home to take on the Muncie Burris Lady Owls, which should be a great game. Muncie Burris is... You can tell, they're really starting to build that program back up, which it's been continued on the up and up, especially probably in the last 3 or 4 years here. And obviously they have a very good coach over there, Mike Dodrell, a very good friend of ours. But that's going to be a tough ball game tomorrow night. But looking on to tonight's game, Eastern Hancock, not a very good-looking record, but hey, at the end of the day, they still got to come out and play just as hard as you do to win a ball game. So hopefully Eastern Hancock, hopefully we can catch them on a bad night here, hopefully, and be able to get us a good victory. But should be a pretty nice crowd here tonight. Both stands are packed, at least on our side anyway. Pretty good showing here on our behalf. So hopefully we can cheer our Wapahani Lady Raiders on to a victory. Folks, we'll go ahead and step aside here for just a quick commercial break. We'll be back here with the finishing of our pregame report, again presented by Muncie Dragway, right back here on the WHS Network.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, welcome back here, folks, to Raiders Live pregame presented by the Muncie Dragway. We're going to wrap things up here, talking about some key players here for tonight's ballgame on both sides. First, obviously, here for your Wapahani Lady Raiders, you want to get it going early and often offensively. For us, you got to get things started there with Estella Davis, setting her up nicely. Then also, you got Sarah Orm. Sarah Orm's been playing a lot better, especially here of late. She's kind of struggled to start out the gate here a little bit, but in the last few games she's really picked it up and really been a huge key asset to this Lady Raider offense and defense as well. Then also a couple other players. You can never say enough about Haven Gates. The job that she does back there in the back row, her and Olivia Smith. The list can go on and on here of who they bring in to be able to play in that back row. But Haven Gates, a big-time star there in the back row. We've got to have her, being extremely active in every single point throughout tonight's ball game. You never know what's going to happen. Eastern Hancock does have a couple of pretty good hitters here, so hopefully if our blockers don't do their job, then hopefully Haven and the rest of her back row crew be able to get the job done here tonight. But lastly here, two other people I really want to take mention of, Allison Stewart and Mallory Summers. Now Allison and Mallory sharing time as setters. When they're not setting, they're hitting. But I think it is so important to be able to have that athletic ability to be able to do both and to do it very well. And we've seen that from both of them so far. They've done a nice job, especially setting. Mallory, definitely a big-time hitter. Allison can still get the job done, but setting definitely has been probably a little bit more her expertise, but the hitting has definitely been coming along for her. And we've seen that here this season, so happy there for Allison. Her service is unbelievable. Being able to serve the ball in the net with, sometimes even with perfection, to be able to do it consistently every single time, put pressure on them defensively is extremely key. That's exactly what Allison's able to do. And really quite a few others as well. That's a very big-time important thing throughout a ball game, is just making sure that defense is kept on their heels a little bit and making sure that they're not very comfortable out there on the floor. So when you have, the likes of Stewart and Summers and Orm, you have some other girls here, Haven Gates, I think really does a nice job serving. We just got to make them, force them into making their own mistakes, and hopefully we can capitalize off of those here tonight. So, folks, this has been our Raiders Live pregame presented by the Muncie Dragway. Greatly appreciate them here for their sponsorship. Not sure exactly if we're going to be doing the national anthem first or the lineups first. I'm not 100% positive. I would imagine we'll probably do the national anthem, but I've been wrong before. So I guess we'll stay on the air here until we're able to do so and figure out exactly the game plan here for this evening. Again, we are happy to have you all right here on the WHS Network, again watching us for more Lady Raider Volleyball here tonight. Hopefully all of you enjoyed tonight's game and enjoy every broadcast. So we're going to go ahead and do the lineups here this evening. We're going to start off here with your Wapahani Lady Raiders. We'll start off here with number 4, Haven Gates, number 5, Emily Stewart, number 6, Estella Davis, number 7, Sarah Orm, number 8, Allison Stewart, number 9, Mallory Summers, number 11, Emma Shuck, number 12, Cameron Curry, number 13, Maddie Webb, number 15, Layla Lee, number 16, Olivia Smith, and number 17, Cadence Brewer. Lady Raiders coached by Jared Richardson, assisted by Jenna Easton and Katina Nichols. Now we'll take a look here at the Eastern Hancock Lady Royals. We'll start things here with number 1, Kayla Fancher, number 2, Ariel Truitt, number 3, Riley Noel, number 5, Paige Wickard, number 8, Lily Hunt, number 10, Gracie Gray, number 11, Faith Webster, number 12, Haley Best, number 13, Leah Sotelo, number 16, Jenna White, and number 18, Jenna Smith. The Lady Royals are coached by Corey Rainbow, also assisted there by Tammy Stunda, Sam Best, Bob Pepperworth, and Jolie Smith. So that's tonight's rosters. We'll step aside here for a break. We'll be back with more right after this. All righty, welcome back here, folks. Again, Brandon Morvillius alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Back at it here tonight, again with more Lady Raider volleyball here this evening. And like I mentioned, Wapahani coming in 8-1 on the season, 2-0 in the MEC Conference, while Eastern Hancock is 5-11 and 1-3 in conference play. So again, you know, if you look at the records, probably thinking, oh, this ain't really going to be too much of a ball game. You never know what can happen. Main thing is you can only control what you can control, and that is going out here, playing the game the right way, and being effective, and hopefully have a great night of volleyball. Dug out there by Gates, and unfortunate pass there, landed on top of the net, and Eastern Hancock executed on that one for a 1-0 lead. Orm there with the dig. Summers sets it to Davis, and mishandled by number 8, Hunt. No answer there. Davis with another kill to begin things here tonight. And in comes junior Emma Shuck. And here for the first time tonight, she'll come in for Allison Stewart. Mallory Summers back there to serve. Set by Truitt. Tipped over the net by number 12, Best. Fancher on the attack, and she'll hit that one straight into the net. And it will be a 2-1 Wapahani lead. Nice floater served by Summers. Tipped over the net, and again, down in play in no man's land. Nice touch there from Estella Davis. 3-1 Raiders here in tonight's opening set. They'll be dug out, set up by Truitt, tipped over by number 18, Jenna Smith. Smith on the attack. Nice hit there by Olivia. Webster tips it over. Here we go. Some action to Davis and mistimed. Very unfortunate there. You could tell the wind-up and the kill was coming up, but unfortunately didn't time it out correctly. Now to Emma. Probably not the best set there. I'm sure Mallory would say the same. That happens. Put that behind you and get back after it right here. Summers with a set up to Smith. Nicely done, Olivia Smith getting the kill. So a now 4-3 lead here for the Raiders, as number 16, Olivia Smith, will be back to serve. Oh, look at that, a dandy. Skipped it right over the net for an ace. 5-3 Lady Raiders. And like I mentioned earlier, as serving here right there, 5-4 ball game now. But as I was mentioning earlier, a pretty nice showing here for Wapahani. It's a lengthy drive to get here. About an hour or so away, and to have the showing and the support is very nice. Great to see for these young ladies. Come out here, you work your tail off for your team and your school and your community. So it's great to have the backing and the support from all your lovely fans out there in Raider Nation. 5-5 ball game here. Summers with a set up to Estella Davis. Handled there and hit into the net, and that's going to be 4 hits. So the Raiders will take that point. Back in here, we'll see number 17, Cadence Brewer, actually for the first time of the night. Davis back to serve. Will be dug out by Best. Set to number 11, Webster. Tipped off the hands right there and out of bounds off of the Raiders. So again, tying this game at 6. Gates back into the Raider lineup, and now serving will be number 1, Kayla Fancher. Gates with a dig, set up to Orm, tips it over. Nearly was able to get that one to fall. Here we go, reset things. Set to Brewer, blocked. Now set into the back row. A really smart decision there by Summers, as that one will be hit out of bounds. But as I was saying, a smart decision there. You obviously have everybody up there close to the net. Summers decides to set it into the back corner. Nearly worked out, but they was able to get back there just in time, as that's off the blocker's hand, out of bounds. And the back and forth game continues. So a 7-7 ball game. Number 8, Lily Hunt, was back there to serve. Brewer back on the attack, and again another kill. Nice setup there from Allison Stewart. And we'll have a substitution now into the ball game here for Eastern Hancock. Will be number 7, which I assume is Tori Brown. There is no number 7 on the roster, so we'll just go with it. She is on the JV roster, but not sure if it's still going to be the same or not. Nevertheless, a kill for Wapahani, and Now we reach a 2-point lead, 9-7. Another fine serve and tipped out of bounds by Truitt. So you like to see this here, rattling off some points in a row here. Truitt with a setup, not a very good set right there whatsoever. Got to use this one. Summers on the attack, tips it in the back row, no communication on behalf of the Lady Royals. Nice placement for Mallory Summers, and it's a now 4-point lead for Wapahani. Shank backwards. Brown will get to it, and they'll get it back over. Here we go, set to Brewer. Dug out by number 12, Haley Best. Back there on the attack was Webster. And Gates will get it over. Truitt sets it up, but blocked right back down by Mallory Summers. And the Raiders continuing to pick up the pace here a little bit. Fancher there with the dig. Oh, Stewart will get there in time to Summers. And again, off the blocker's hand, and that will be another point here for the Raiders. A timeout taken by the Eastern Hancock Lady Royals. Again, this would be your Stoops Automotive Group game break here. Wapahani up by 6. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. Liberty Perry Alumni Association, President Richard Morris. Liberty Perry Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also to purchase engraved bricks for the alumni brick walkway out there at Wapahani. It's right there in front of the gym entrance. Make sure to go on out there and take a look at that. If you're interested, visit the alumni website homepage right there to just simply fill out a form for your alumni brick. And also for any other information or any questions, you can contact Richard Morris on Facebook. So greatly appreciate them for their sponsorship of us as we get back to volleyball here. Out of the timeout, Wapahani leads at 13-7, make it 14-7 as the miscues are starting to really mount up here for the Lady Royals. Is 7 unanswered put together here by Wapahani. Or actually, pardon me, that was 8. Now it's 9. So a 15-7 lead. And Smith trying to get there to tip it over, but really not a whole lot of room to work with. So we'll see number 11, Faith Webster, back to serve. Gates with it in. Stewart sets it to Summers. Nice soft touch over the net, but unfortunately out of bounds. Dug out by Orm and Shank over there to the right side for an ace for Webster. And off the hands of Brewer. So what was a 8-point lead is now dwindled down to 4. Got to pick the pace back up here a little bit, get out of this little valley we're in here. Another well-placed ball by Mallory Summers along the sideline over there. Stella Davis back into the Raider lineup. Gates back there to serve, and another floater serve by Wapahani, really changing it up, and really a smart decision there just to keep the defense off balance. You don't know what's coming. Dug out by Fancher, set up. So Smith there. Stewart with a setup now to Olivia Smith. Truitt. Now to Fancher. Here comes Gates. Stewart. Davis. Dug out this time by Tori Brown. That's going to be off the hands of Allison Stewart, down in play for the Royals. And it's 17-12. Truitt back there to serve, dug out by Orm. And a very good pass there. Here's the setup to Smith. And that was inbounds, but he called it out. That was a full ball in. Oh, boy. Summers back on the attack. There you go. You got that one right. (18-13) Wapahani. Truitt with a set up to Smith, and off the hand there, I believe that was off of Davis. So Jenna Smith back to serve. Off the hand there, a kill for the Raiders as they again expand the lead to 5. Let's see if we can run away with this one right here. Rattle off 6 points in a row. That would be great. Smith back there to serve. I should have never said anything. I'll blame myself on that one. Gates with the dig. Orm won't get there. So now the Raiders starting to have some of their own miscues. Got to see the ball all the way in. Come off your arms and hopefully be able to find a way to get a point out of it here. Davis on the attack. Truitt sets it up, blocked. And more than likely, if she wouldn't have touched that, that might have been heading out of bounds. But, hey, we'll take it. 20-16 now. Brewer back in for Wapahani. Estella Davis back to serve. As the Raiders are up by 4 as we getting closer and closer to the end of this first set. But the Raiders are definitely helping out the Royals. Dug out. Summers sets it to Orm. Block kept alive as Gates will get it over. And number 8, Lily Hunt, gets the Lady Royals within 2. Big time swing by Brewer. Back to a 3-point lead as Allison Stewart returns back to the Raider lineup, and she'll be back to serve. Gates digs it out. Here we go with a setup to Orm, and blocked right back down in play. Was hoping we'd be able to see a good finish here by Wapahani, but they've kind of struggled here of late. Some volleyball we're not necessarily used to seeing here. Some passing errors, passing mistakes, hitting errors. Summers on the attack there, finds some space along the sideline. We'll just chalk it up for the heat is starting to get to him. I'm telling you what, it is so hot in here. Feels like a sauna, which those of you that know me, I could probably afford to shed a couple of pounds here in the sauna gym. But I really don't necessarily feel like it tonight. But it is definitely a hot one outside. Hot outside, hot inside. And hopefully our game continues to get hot here, at least our game play here for Wapahani. Hopefully we'll start finding our groove here, up by 4. This is set point. Blocked by Brewer. Here's Gates. Stewart. Summers. Blocked out of bounds, and the Raiders will take set number 1 of the evening, 25-20. We'll go ahead and step aside here for a brief pause in the action here, folks. Again, the Lady Raiders lead it 1-0. We'll be back here with more volleyball right here on the WHS Network. All righty, welcome back here, folks. This is, again, Brandon Morvillius, alongside with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. As we are geared up for set number 2 of the evening, Wapahani took the first set 25-20. And so hopefully we were able to get things figured out a little bit better and play a little bit more effectively. we finished the last few points pretty strong there, so hopefully we'll be able to use that to our advantage and gain some confidence over it and a little bit of momentum. But we had a pretty sizable lead there, about an 8-point lead, if I remember correctly, there in the first set, and things kind of fell by the wayside a little bit there. So hopefully we can pick it back up. No reason to get overly concerned about that one there. Nicely hit. So they'll get it back across. There's Gates. Stewart with a setup to Davis. Heck yes! Hammer time. Estella Davis with the kill, and 2-0 Lady Raiders. So once again, Haven Gates will be back to serve here for Wapahani. Up 2-0 early here in set number 2 of the evening. Truitt will set it here to Webster. Here we go now to Summers. Skims it along the top of the net. Summers again. Stewart with a setup this time to Curry. Yes! A little trickery there by Allison Stewart. Sent it the first 2 times to Davis, then Summers, then back over to the other side with a deadly weapon, Cameron Curry. So 3-0 Raiders here in set number 2. Tipped over. Here we go. Stewart back to Davis. And they aren't going to find an answer again, and it's 4-0 Wapahani. Let's keep this moving in the right way. Dug out there by Best. Smith will hit it over. Here's Stewart now to Summers. Yes, sirree. An absolute dandy. Stewart with a setup to Smith. Gates will dig it out. Stewart now back to Curry once again, as Webster will be there to dig it out. Oh boy, bad set there, and slipped off the hands of Stewart. Now 5-1, as Eastern Hancock will get on the board here for the first time in set number 2. Speaking of which, number 2, Ariel Truitt back to serve. Summers digs it. Stewart. Curry. Yes. Executed to perfection right there. Great pass, great set, great finish. So back in comes Emma Shuck and Mallory Summers to serve. Set to Fancher, kept alive. Tipped over by Curry. Nice hands. Shuck hits it there in the back row. And miss hit. Fancher was calling for it. Smith stuck her hands out there in the way and tipped it off of her. And a timeout here by the Lady Royals. We'll stick right here with you during today's timeout. Again, this is our Stoops Automotive Group game break. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin. They're located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been servicing the community for over 30 years. If you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, make sure to contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So back out of the timeout here. Wapahani up 7-1 in set number 2. Summers back to serve. Right along the sidelines. Good placement there on the serve. A lot better play here so far to open it up here in set number 2 by Wapahani. Again, really for at least majority of the first set, the Raiders had it going on. But Towards the end of the set, had a brief hiccup, but we've regained speed, and we're, like I said, going and trending in the right direction here. Up 9-1. We'll see number 12, Haley Best, back in action here for the Lady Royals. And Summers back again to serve after the ace. And that's going to be another ace. The downward action on that ball. Good luck. You put 4 people back there and you still can't handle it. Summers getting it done. Back in here, number 10, Gracie Gray. For Eastern Hancock, it's 11-1 Raiders. They'll be dug out there. Bad pass, and Davis makes them pay. Thought that was going to head out of bounds, Eastern Hancock did, but not too fast. Man, things have really fell off here for those ladies, unfortunately for them. Good thing here for Wapahani, as the lead is now 13-1. And the woes continue. Continued service pressure here by Wapahani. And looks like we're going to have a little brief visit there to, well, from referee to a player. Not sure what that was all about. Floater serve there by Summers. Set up to Smith. Summers will get there in time. Tipped over. There's Davis. Back at it again. And a net violation called on Wapahani. So that was a heck of a string of points put together there by the Lady Raiders. That's what we like to see. So now you got to be thinking, all right, well, we let them have another point. Let's just go ahead and rattle off another 11 right here and in this second set potentially. Orm digs it. Summers sets it to Davis. As there is still no answer. I don't know if there might be a lineup dispute or not. No, looks like we're going to be ready to play here. Truitt will get it across for Eastern Hancock. Summers back to Davis. Bringing the hammer because she just nailed that baby home. Back in, we'll see number 11, Faith Webster for the Royals. Olivia Smith to serve. And another one shanked out of bounds, another ace for the Raiders. We've got to be pretty close to about 8 or 9 aces now in this second set. And there's another one. 18-2. And now a timeout by Eastern Hancock. We'll take a timeout right here with them. Raiders lead it by 16 here in set number 2. We'll be back right after the break.
Need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
All righty, back after the timeout here. 18-2 Wapahani. And in the net called on Eastern Hancock. And now it's a 19-2 ball game. And served right into the net there by Smith. So now we'll see number 12. Haley Best back to serve. Set to Davis. And just a bit out of bounds. Still pretty good job right there. Good pass and set. Hit was just a little bit outside the mark. Orm will dig it out. Summers will get there as Gates will get it across. Here's Truitt now to, that was number 8, Lily Hunt for the kill. So the Royals trying to muster up a little bit of momentum here for themselves. And that's going to be started out of bounds. Now we'll see number 13, Maddie Webb, into the ball game, seeing her first action of the evening. Dug out by Smith. Here's the setup to Orm. And again, another well-placed ball. We've seen a lot of that here tonight, going sideline to sideline. Not always necessarily trying to hit the ball right in the middle. Really changing it up, and not only that, but the court vision has been spectacular. Exactly what you want to see. As that falls right in between the defenders. Raiders now 3 points away from taking set number 2 of the evening. Nicely done there by Maddie. Best will get it over. Here we go. Smith with the setup to Orm. And another one. A kill for Sarah Orm. She continues a nice game here for herself. Truitt with a setup to Fancher. Here we go. Webb. Summers. Oh, Olivia Smith will get it over. Shuck with a soft touch over. And hey, it's going to work. Don't always have to hit it hard, folks. You just got to keep the defense off balance. Just got to hit it just enough to get it over the net, and the rest will yet to be seen. Set up and blocked. Hit over by Fancher. Here we go. Summers with a setup to Emma. But she'll get it over. Oh, look at that. That was a nice set there to Brewer as she used that one to her advantage, and the Raiders will take set number 2, 25-5, so a very big difference between set 1 and set 2. That's what we like to see, though. Keep the foot on the gas. Let's ride this train all the way home right here, right now. 25-5, Raiders lead it 2-0. We'll be back here with more Lady Raider Volleyball right after this break. Alrighty, welcome back here to set number 3 on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Wapahani all over Eastern Hancock here in this one, 25-20, 25-5. Yes, that is not a scoreboard typo. That was like I said, a major difference from the first set. Completely from one extreme to the other. So hopefully we'll see much of what happened in set number 2 here in set number 3. And that one will be served out of bounds. Smith on the attack. She'll hit that one out of bounds. So a 2-0 Raider lead as the deadly serve of Mallory Summers is upcoming right here. In comes number 15. That is Madison White here for the Lady Royals. Floater serve there. Tipped over the net. Here we go. Some good action. Summers set it to Curry. See what happens here. Shuck on the attack, finds the back row, in there for a kill. 3-0 Wapahani. Very nice hit there by Emma. You know, really aside from just little mistakes that we had there in the first set, we played a pretty solid game there for ourselves to this point. Majority of the first set we played just fine. Had a couple errors here and there. Then, as we was trying to close the first set out, I think we might have got a little ahead of ourselves a little bit and struggled, but found our way to winning that first set there, and set number 2 kind of speaks for itself. And so far, a 3-2 ball game here in the third set here at Eastern Hancock High School. Greatly appreciate the administration here from Eastern Hancock for giving us a nice place to sit here this evening and be able to call tonight's game. As Estella Davis is back on the attack. 4-2 Wapahani, but as I was saying, greatly appreciate them for their hospitality and getting us a nice seat here this evening, and hope all of you have enjoyed the game so far. Mishandled by number 15 White, and Eastern Hancock won't get back over here, and some of the little miscues continuing to hamper the Lady Royals here tonight. Smith back to serve. Will be dug out. Not a very good pass there. Summers back to Davis. Here we go now with a setup to Best. Orm sticks her hands up in the air. Unable to get anything on that one. Now 5-3. Number 12, Haley Best back to serve. There's Smith. Summers sets it to Davis. Tips it over the net. And they'll get it back over. Here we go. Orm now to Davis again. And that's going to be a lift. Oh, no. Oh, actually 4. Wow. 4 hits. I thought that was a block, actually, but hey, I'll take it. I thought there potentially could have been a lift. I'm not sure. Punched up in the air by Shuck. Here's Orm back on the attack. A solid game here for Sarah. Really love seeing this here. The more offensive weapons the Raiders have, the more deadly they can be. Good serve from Estella. Fancher on the attack, and she'll hit that one into the net. Set up to Best. Pardon me, that was Webster. And hit over the net there by Orm. Here we go. Number 5. Brown was able to get that one over, and Orm again with the answer. The Lady Royals have the questions. The Raiders got the answers all night long. Miss hit there out of bounds. And served into the net there by Estella. Making it a 10-4 ball game. Back in comes Gates. And number 1, Kayla Fancher back to serve. Summers will get to it in time. Tipped over the net. Here we go. Some action here and 2 hits. Hold on the Royals. Now 11-4. Back in comes Allison Stewart. Stewart with a dig. Here's Gates with a set up to Brewer. Third set. Again, if you're just now joining us, Wapahani took the first 2 sets of the night, 25-20, 25-5. As we will see number 7, Tori Brown, back into the ball game here for Eastern Hancock. And Sarah Orm will be back to serve. Nice downward action on right there, an ace. A good old-fashioned "you can't see me" from Sarah Orm. That time an absolute missile to the back row. Mistimed. And the Raiders now extend the lead to 9. And that will visit the student section over there for Eastern Hancock. That one was served out of bounds, 14-6. Both of those guys are woke up over there now. And now Eastern Hancock will give us a point right back. Both teams in the giving mood right there. Subbing in here for the Lady Royals, number 10, Gracie Gray, and Haven Gates to serve. Floater serve, nobody there, another ace. In your face, 16-6, Wapahani. Emily Stewart now in the game here for Sarah Orm. And Gates will serve that one into the net. Dug out by Emily Stewart, set to Summers. And along the sidelines, in there, snuck it in just barely. 17-7, Emma Shuck back into the Raider lineup. Mallory Summers back to serve. More downward action. The spin on that ball was tremendous by Mallory Summers. Gates with a little hustle right there, gets it over. Jenna Smith on the attack. Nobody can get there in time, off the defender's hand. So that one will land in there for a point for the Royals, and we'll see number 8, Lily Hunt, back in here for Eastern Hancock, and now to serve number 18, Jenna Smith. Wapahani with a 10-point lead as we are edging closer and closer to the end of this ball game. This pass there by the Raiders cost them a point, 18-9. Stewart with a dig. Summers sets it up. Curry puts it down, but dug out by Truitt. Now set to Shuck, trying to find that back corner. Number 8, Hunt, again on the attack, and she'll get that one to land in. Stewart with a dig. Summers to Davis. That was an absolute drive-by right there. Went right past number 11, Webster's hands. Didn't even see it coming. It was that quick. Orn back into the ball game. Smith back into the ball game. Tipped over the net. Here we go. Summers will set it up to Davis. And again, still no answer. Estella Davis having one heck of a ball game here tonight. Dug out there, tipped over by Estella. Here we go, Olivia. Mallory, Stella again. Nobody able to get there. 21-10 Wapahani. Here comes number 15, Madison White, back in here for the Royals. Best with a dig, set up, and off the hands of Summers. Gates will dig that one out. Summers gets to it in time as Orm will get it over the net. Truitt with the setup, and Hunt will get it over. Here we go again. Summers now to Shuck. Back to Hunt once more, and she'll hit that one out of bounds. Nice court vision there by Haven. Gates knowing where you're at on the court. Not sticking your hands out there and potentially giving a point away. There we go. Summers with a setup to Brewer. Kept alive by the basketball goal. Summers again to Brewer. There's White to Truitt. Now to Brown, and miss hit. And the Raiders are now 2 points away from taking a straight set victory over the Lady Royals. Nice serve from Estella. We dug out. Summers with a setup. Brewer back on the attack, tipped up. Nice block from Emma Shuck. Best now on the attack. Davis with the dig. Orm sets it to Brewer. Now the time has arrived, folks. Game point. 24-11. And a substitution now, number 16. Jordan Cross will now come into the ball, or pardon me, number 16, Jenna White will now come into the ball game. Truitt with a setup, and that's going to be hit out of bounds, and the Raiders will take it tonight in straight sets, 25-20, 25-5, 25-11. Now to improve to 9-1 overall, 3-0 in conference play. Great job here for the Lady Raiders. We'll step aside with a break, and we'll be back here with the post-game report here on the WHS Network. Welcome to Raiders Live, the post-game edition, again presented by Tom Cherry Mufflers, proud sponsor here of the WHS Network. Your Wapahani Lady Raiders take it tonight in straight sets, 25-20, 25-5, 25-11. Again, to improve to 9-1 on the season, 3-0 in conference play, and they will be back at it tomorrow night at home against Muncie Burris. We'll try to make this post-game short, sweet, and to the point because we got to get back on the bus and head back home. But nevertheless, here the Raiders, aside from a little, a couple of mishaps right there towards the end of the first set, really aside from that, we played a great game here tonight. Every facet of the game, passing, setting, hitting, serving, talking. We didn't get into the net, I think, but maybe once or twice in this game. I don't think we was even called for 2 hits, not even once. So just a very solid, clean game for roughly 2.5 sets, maybe a little over 2.5 sets. So a good win tonight, and you're 2-0 on the week. Let's finish the week strong. Let's get back after it tomorrow night, defend our court against the Muncie Burris Owls. Come on out, support the Lady Raider volleyball team. We'll have it live here on the WHS Network tomorrow night. So again, thanks again to all of our sponsors: Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, Tom Cherry Mufflers, The Barn Lot, Liberty Perry Alumni Association, and also another huge thanks to our good friends out there at Harris Chapel Church, Pastor Jim Ballinger there and his wife Janie for being one of our sponsors this year. Make sure to stop on in there every Sunday morning, 10:15 service. You won't be disappointed. So, again, thanks to all of you watching. Brandon Warvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll see you tomorrow night right back here with more Lady Raider Volleyball here on the WHS Network. Have a great night, folks.